Do you know how one small money mistake in your 20s can quietly turn into a six-figure loss later, even if you do everything right after that? Picture this. You invest just $200 a month at about 8% a year. If you start at 25 and keep going, you can end up around $622,000 by 60. If you wait until 35 and do the exact same $200 a month at the same 8%, you can end up around $287,000 by 65. That is a gap of about $335,000 just from starting 10 years later. Your total extra money put in was only about $24,000. That is a kind of long-term error that costs millions for people who earn more, invest more, and repeat the mistake across decades. In this video, I will walk you through the top 8 long-term investing errors that cost millions. These are not fancy investing mistakes. These are everyday choices that slowly drain your future wealth. Let's get started. 1. Starting investing late in your 20s. This mistake feels reasonable because early adulthood is expensive. Rent, food, transport, and career building take priority. So investing feels optional. But time is the most valuable asset in investing, and it cannot be replaced later. A clear example shows this cost. Investing $200 a month at an 8% return starting at age 25 can grow to about $622,000. Starting the same plan at 35 grows to only about $287,000. That is a difference of roughly $335,000 caused by a 10-year delay. What makes this mistake dangerous is that it feels invisible at first. Nothing bad happens immediately. Years pass quietly, and the cost shows up much later when catching up becomes stressful. Starting early allows money to work, while life is still flexible. Delaying creates pressure to take bigger risks later. 2. Not building credit early. This mistake does not look like an investing problem, but it directly affects long-term wealth. Without credit history, everyday life becomes more expensive and more limited. Renting homes, financing vehicles, and even some job checks can become difficult. Your source highlights a real example of a 29-year-old with no credit score because she used only a debit card. She had no debt, but she also could not rent easily or qualify for a car loan. This shows that avoiding credit entirely can quietly block progress. Building credit does not require risky behavior. A basic starter credit card, small monthly purchases, and automatic payments can build a strong score within 6 to 18 months. Good credit lowers interest costs and opens opportunities. Poor or missing credit quietly raises costs for years. 3. Buying a new car when you do not need it. This mistake often feels like a reward for hard work. But cars are one of the fastest depreciating purchases most people make. According to Edmunds, average monthly payments are about $748 for new cars and $532 for used ones. That extra $216 every month can instead go toward investing, emergency savings, or debt reduction. Over years, that gap compounds into a large missed opportunity. On top of that, new cars lose value quickly once driven off the lot. This mistake also adds pressure to monthly cash flow. When income tightens, investing becomes the first thing to stop. Following simple rules like April 20th, 10 or 25 tenths helps keep transportation costs under control and protects long-term goals. 4. Moving out too early and stretching rent. This one is sensitive because not everyone can live with their parents. But the principle is still powerful. If you have the option to stay longer, delaying your move can massively help your future. Your source points out a common pattern. Many people in their 20s move out without an emergency fund and without real savings. They move into an apartment they can barely afford. That choice locks them into monthly payments that leave no room for investing. It also gives a number that explains why this matters. Median rent in the U.S. sits around $1,631 per month in the example. If rent takes a large part of your income, you will struggle to save. And if you struggle to save, investing stays stuck at zero. This is the hidden truth. Many people do not fail because they chose the wrong stock. They fail because their fixed costs ate their investing power. If you can delay moving out by 1 or 2 years, you can build an emergency fund, start investing, and reduce stress. That head start compounds for decades. It also gives you safety when life hits you with job changes, family needs, or medical costs. If you cannot live with your parents, you can still use the same logic. Keep housing costs reasonable. Avoid stretching to impress anyone. The goal is cash flow. Cash flow funds your future. 5. Living without a budget and becoming paycheck to paycheck. This is one of the most common long-term traps because it does not feel dramatic. You earn money, you spend money, and you hope there is something left. Your source shares a striking number. About 69% of people live paycheck to paycheck in the U.S., as mentioned in the example. When you live this way, one surprise expense can push you into debt. And when you do not track where money goes, debt becomes easier to fall into because you keep patching life with credit cards or personal loans. The best part is the source also gives hope. It says 84% of people report that budgeting helped them get out of debt or avoid debt. That matters because debt and investing fight each other. Debt grows against you. Investing grows for you. If you ignore budgeting, debt often wins. Budgeting does not need to be complicated. A basic budget is enough to change your future. Track your average monthly spending. Identify the category where you spend the most. Then make one clear adjustment. Not 10, just one. The power of budgeting is not control. The power is awareness. Once you can see the leaks, you can close them. And when you close leaks, you create investing money without needing a bigger salary. If you want long-term wealth, you need a system that makes saving automatic. A budget is the simplest system. 6. Overspending on weddings and lifestyle upgrades in your 30s. In your 30s, mistakes shift toward lifestyle decisions. Weddings are a major example. Average wedding costs can range from $23,000 to $38,000, depending on generation, and even more in high-cost areas. Guest count, venue, and catering drive most of the expense. Many couples forget to include engagement rings when calculating total cost. A practical rule is keeping wedding spending under 20% of combined annual income. Lifestyle upgrades follow the same pattern. As income rises, spending rises with it. When lifestyle expands faster than investing, long-term progress stalls. Delaying upgrades protects compounding during your highest earning years. 7. Buying too much house and being too relaxed about debt. This is another major 30s mistake in your source, and often becomes a turning point between wealth building and long-term struggle. First, buying too many houses. People focus on a mortgage payment and ignore the hidden costs of owning a home. Your source cites a Bankrate type study that says the average annual cost of owning and maintaining a single-family home can exceed $21,000 per year. In the example provided, that includes many categories people forget: maintenance, repairs, utilities, and ongoing costs that do not show up in the listing price. When you buy beyond your real limit, your home becomes a cash drain. That drain reduces investing. It also forces debt when repairs show up. Second, being too relaxed about debt in your 30s. Your source explains why this decade matters. Your 30s are often your peak income growth years. This is when you can truly grow net worth. But debt slows compounding. Credit card balances and loans act like a brake on your future. It also explains why debt grows in this decade. Responsibilities stack up. More work responsibility. Family grows. Kids, pets, or caring for parents. These pressures can push people to borrow. The key message from your source is simple. Do not let debt destroy compounding. If you must borrow, borrow with a clear payoff plan and do it fast. In long-term investing, reducing high-interest debt can be as powerful as earning higher returns. If you want a clean, long-term path, keep debt tight, keep costs predictable, and keep investing steady. 8. Reaching later decades without a retirement and withdrawal plan. This mistake becomes the most expensive because the numbers are large and time is limited. Your source highlights that by age 40 to 50, retirement savings should reach about 3 to 6 times annual salary. It also introduces a 4% rule as a starting guide for sustainable withdrawals. In the 50s, early withdrawals before age 59 and a half-trigger penalties and taxes that destroy capital. In the 60s, the biggest risk was having no withdrawal strategy. Inflation, healthcare costs, and market swings must be planned for. A clear plan turns retirement into a controlled phase instead of financial gamble. There you have it. 8 long-term investing errors that slowly drain wealth, not through sudden crashes, but through everyday choices that feel normal at the time. Each mistake may seem small in isolation, but over decades, they compound into lost time, lost growth, and lost freedom. The earlier you recognize them, the easier they are to fix. If this video helped you see your own decisions more clearly, like it so others can learn from it too, share it with someone who is building their future right now. Subscribe to the channel for more clear and practical money lessons, and turn on notifications so you never miss what comes next.